Welcome everyone to today's episode of Getting Over the Hump with Angie B and Bartee. This is a weekly talk show filled with music, messages, laughs, and stories of love.
Our theme song was produced by the incomparable DJ Shaheen, and each week we'll bring you music from other independent recording artists. We'll bring you information from business owners and messages of love from ministry leaders. We'll feature books, authors, upcoming special events, and so much more. So get out your text messages and your tweets. Tell all your friends and family to log on because they'll be in for a very special treat as we bring you today's episode of Getting Over the Hump with Angie B and Bartee.
Now come and check us out live.
Hey.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Getting Over the Hump with Angie B.
That's me, and this is my hubby Bartee. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, welcome. Hey, you know, it's been cold down, and we're in Florida.
Cold?
Yeah, it's been cold.
That's an understatement.
Well, no, it's been cold. Well, my wife, she's from Detroit, and she's, I don't know why she gets colder than, anyway.
That's why I don't live in Detroit now.
Okay. But anyway, it's been cold.
Yeah.
I didn't cover up my plants.
Sure didn't.
And some of them wilted, you know, so I'm hoping the sun will bring them back together. Huh? Well, we hope it.
I'm just saying, when the Lord bless you with a good woman who tells you to cover up the plant and you just don't want to do it, that's a hump. I told you to cover up them plants. I saw my husband sweating in the heat to plant them plants. They done grew, and now you don't want to take care of them. I'm a pray.
That wasn't the problem, though.
I'm a pray.
But I didn't cover them, not because my wife told me to. I was being disobedient. I really forgot, and I thought that they would, prevail, but they didn't.
So.
But anyway, how did you do with this cold weather? Did you wear two coats? One coat, you stayed in the house?
Turtleneck.
Yeah, turtleneck. We was gone, y'all. We didn't leave Florida, so we was cold too.
I tell you, this is the way to end up a year with being inside.
Yeah.
This is our last show of the year.
Oh, so hey, yeah, it sure is, isn't it? Yeah, be New Year's soon, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a thing for New Year's.
Oh Lord, let me put this.
Before we go start taking care of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, check this out. I thought about this today for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to,
Mm-hmm.
get your own, catch a ride, do that too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Instead of, a lot of people wait till January
To do what?
to make that New Year's resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Why not start on the 31st or after Christmas time? A lot of people just wait for that. Well, right after the first.
Because we still partying. We still drinking.
No, Christmas over. You ain't gonna be drinking because Jesus born. And how you drinking in Christmas time? You eating, but drinking. I mean, you probably drinking too. But that's the 25th. So you got 26 all the way up to the 31st.
I want to put a challenge out there for all you folks that have not yet set your New Year's resolution. Okay.
That's the same thing. What I'm just talking about doing whatever you're doing.
Okay, well, this is my challenge because you've been saying this all along, leading up to tonight's show. That people need to. Everybody got a story to write. Everybody needs to write their story.
Yes.
So that's my challenge. Before January 15th, before the King holiday, you need to write something. How about a 500-word challenge? Somebody can write 500 words within the next 15 days.
That's if you the writing type of person. But that's a challenge going out to all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my wife wants everybody. But yeah, that sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. And if you meet the challenge, he'll have a prize for you.
No, she said that. She'll have a prize for you. I ain't said that.
Listen, we're not going to...
That's your challenge. You meet it. That's good for you. I gotta do what I do.
We're not gonna goof around all night because we have a very special honored guest that's waiting to join
Yes,
us.
we do. And I have some questions.
Oh Lord, I think
Inquiring minds would like to know.
Donna Gray-Banks was the first smart woman that Bartee introduced me to when I moved to Daytona. He was like, "Listen, I know this lady. She wrote a book and she's real smart, and I want you to meet her." I was like, "Okay, hey," and
I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that. Although Donna is smart,
and she did write a book,
and she did write several books, but I ain't say all that. I ain't gonna say what I said.
But he admired her, and he wanted us to connect. And he was a wise man because not only
still is a wise man. It was
because not only did we connect, but she has poured into us. She has inspired us in so many ways. She introduced me to the word libation. I mean, the first time she said, I had to go look it up. I was like, "What that mean?" She introduced us to
what's libation? I know alcohol.
She introduced us to writing workshops, and she's the first author that I've ever met that writes erotica. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm like,
erotica.
And a novel. She creates characters. So okay. So I just never thought of that. Creating
Where's
a
erotica?
character. Well, but the novels, anyhow, she's so fascinating. So okay, I got a new thing I'm getting ready to do for the new year. Donna's the very first one that's gonna get it. May I introduce to some and present to others our guest tonight, Donna Gray-Banks.
I hope you enjoy the church. That's the church announcement. You want to say that in church?
Yes, that's what they say in church. She is a gift from God.
That is a wonderful intro. I love it. Yay!
Hey,
you deserve it so much more.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Donna, before my wife and y'all get to talking,
yes,
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Now, I see Donna M. Gray-Banks.
Yes.
Okay, would you tell the audience and myself? I don't know. The audience might not want. I want to know what the M stands for.
All right. M is for Maria. That's one of my middle names. I have another one. So it's Isla. My books are named Isla's Diamonds, and the book series is named after my father's mother, my grandmother, right? Her name was Isla Marie, and they changed it around and made me Maria Isla.
Oh.
And Gray is my maiden name, which I took back when my father passed.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, because most of the women in my family had girls.
Mm-hmm.
So the Gray name is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And my sister's son was a Hogan. He passed.
Mm.
And my son is a Banks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I really wanted my father's legacy to live as long as I'm going to be here. The eldest Gray in our circle of family, Paul, passed last year. So that's it.
God bless the soul.
Yeah. So I took that Gray back, kept Banks because that's my son's name. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he does have a father, a wonderful man. And when I took the name, I took it in earnest, and so I'll keep it in earnest. So that's
wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I said it meant money. I ain't know.
Right. Money would have been nice, but yeah. Listen, let's talk in 5 years with all of us and see if we can do that. Change it to money.
I hear that.
So when I was right before and I know you have questions, but I just want to say one thing. Right before I came on, a young man called me. His name was Everett Witherspoon. Everett was there. And he wants to come to the book festival. And we started talking about his book is From Minor Setback to Major Comeback. And Yeah, he was one of the youngest politicians. I think he said North Carolina. And so we were talking about what our inspiration was for starting to write. And I told him, regardless of what you say about Dr. Seuss, he was the man, right?
He was. Yeah.
He was. He just, how many people can still say one fish, two fish, red fish, right?
Yes. Yes.
And he said to me, you know what else he said? I said to him, oh, yeah. And he said, oh, the places you will go.
Yes.
Once you read a book.
Read a book.
Places you'll never go, right?
Yes.
Never.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then he said to me, Donna, did you know he also said, to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. I love that.
That's very nice.
Right. Is that deep? Right. I didn't know that Dr. Seuss said that. So thank you, Everett. I do hope to meet you when you come to the book festival. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world.
Wow.
So don't be surprised if that's in your birthday card. You heard it here first.
Dr. Seuss was romantic. Who knew?
See, that's the thing. Like you just explained. See, when I was coming up, I didn't really read a lot of books. I didn't read no books, matter of fact, until I went to prison. And I read a couple books, black books. Iceberg Slim.
Yeah.
It was available, it's like that.
Who sat by the door?
Yeah. And I read, I can't think of the other books.
Who encouraged you to read in prison? One of the Muslims?
I had a Muslim as a cellmate.
Yeah, okay.
But he didn't encourage me to read. There wasn't nothing else to do. At that time, I was in this is when I first got there. I started, wasn't nothing else to do. So when you're in your cell, 24, you're in there. Yeah. You're only out your cell 8 hours a day. So, but yeah, I started reading books. But like you said, books will, if you never traveled or whatever, they will take you. Yeah. It will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
I didn't have a choice. There was a whole lot of people in that brownstone.
Oh, wow.
Right. So my grandmother lived on the first floor. We lived on the second floor. My auntie lived on the third floor. And there's one bathroom.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
You learned to have a strong bladder.
Lots of people and not a lot of space to have your space.
Wow.
So there was a closet with a pull down light. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Kind of like in the attic.
Yeah, that's
in the attic. Right. And so if you go into the closet, then you go up the steps to the attic. It had a pull down light. And so that was the only place you had peace. And in that attic were books that my grandmother loved to read. So she would just throw them in the closet. So when my mother went to find me, I was always in the closet sleep.
Oh.
With a book, because there was no peace in that house. My aunt had 5 children. There were 3 of us at the time. And my grandmother had 1. And so, yeah, I didn't read because I really wanted to. I read because I had to get away from all those people. There's too many people in the house. So, yeah.
I think I was introduced to reading by a series of books called the Life Cycle Library. They were hardbound and they were read. And I remember my mother giving them to me as kind of a way of getting me out of the way until I recognized there was a whole book on body parts and where babies come from and what my chest should be looking like. And and then I got, really, really involved in it. But I do not ever remember a book cover that I saw that drew me in until I got to college, until I got to Wilberforce University. Then it was like, ooh. So I have learned the importance of a good book cover design and a good quiet place to read.
You didn't read Flowers in the Attic, Petals in the Wind?
Well, yeah, but I'm not supposed to admit that, that was something somebody at school gave me, and I don't want my children to know, but
Flowers in the attic.
A whole lot of incest going on in that book.
Yeah, V.C. Andrews, a wonderful writer. She passed, but she had a whole series of books that I really enjoyed, and let's fast forward to this erotica thing. So
that's what I was about to ask.
I'm in the closet, literally pulled down light, and writing every day. I always had a journal, a piece of paper. My grandmother was very good about sliding me stuff to write with.
Oh,
yeah, and I was always on punishment because all my books had a boy and a girl, kissing on each other, boyfriend, girlfriend, KISSI. And my mother would say, "Oh no, you on punishment." So her punishment was, you can't watch TV. Well, I don't watch TV now. She kept trying to find things, okay, no telephone. Well, I don't talk on the telephone now. I'm not that person. And so all the things she tried to punish me with didn't work until she took my journal. Yeah, she did.
You straightened up then.
I did straighten up. And I changed my stories to, I don't know, something stupid.
Yeah.
But as I grew older, she kind of let up. I guess because, listen, we grew up in blue collar. I did, Pittsburgh, shot in a beer, go Steelers.
Yes.
Yeah, go Steelers. And we drank things like Iron City beer. Ugh. Iron City beer, Bartee? Do you know?
No, I never drunk the beer.
Yeah. So their staple was find a good job, stay there till you retire, get a good pension, and live out your life for somebody else.
Right.
So when I said to my mother, I want to be a writer, she said, "What? No, you're not doing that."
Yeah.
You can't make a living that way. But I think if, fast forward 40 years, she did tell me, later in her life that might have been a mistake. But how many mistakes do we make raising our children?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
How many mistakes did we? And I said, Mom, no, it wasn't a mistake because I would not have learned all the things I learned to write Isla's Diamonds had I not spent all that time in DC. So I said, no, you did me a favor.
Yeah,
you did me a favor. And I'm a better person and better, well-rounded because you said, find something to do that will sustain you.
Good.
Yeah, so
I heard a wise woman say, everybody needs a job, even if it's just for 90 days.
Right.
So you can see what you like, what you need, what you don't need. You gotta figure it out. And so it sounds like that's what she said.
Yeah.
Find something that's gonna sustain you.
Right. And, make sure that and I don't know about your mother. I'm just speaking generally about my own mother, right? So our mothers pretty much live vicariously through us, right? Because
I know I do.
Because they weren't able to. My mother, I think she got married when she was 16.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Right? Had her first child when she was 17.
Yeah.
So she didn't have time to do. I mean, I didn't get married until I was 29, and I still was like, oh, we're trying to do that. Right.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. So she didn't have a life that I have had. And so she would call me on the phone and say things like, so what'd you do today? Where'd you go? And who'd you meet?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, her world was raising children, being madly in love with my father, which is, something that we all dream of, that we'll be madly in love with one person for the rest of your life. Doesn't happen that often, but, it did happen in their case. And And so I thank her. I thank my grandmother Sarah, who my mother blames me for.
What?
Right, because she said I act just like him. Sarah was a little.
Oh Lord, that's too cute.
Sarah was a little different. So she said, I think my mother had you, not me. And she never met a stranger. I'd never meet a stranger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you, Angie, you can't go to the store without talking to everybody. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
You look like you need to write a book.
Yeah. And you're right. I live that vicariously through my daughters, I tell you.
Right. Yeah. So,
but now, can we back up a little bit? You spent time in D.C. working.
20 years.
What would, I mean, because I know you met some veterans and active duty people, and I know they were talking in the news today about how the suicide rate among veterans has decreased, but still not enough. I know it's still that Christmas season, but what is it like in that environment with active duty and civilians in the nation's capital?
It's an isolated life, right? You do have the ability to. Okay, so I worked somewhere that had 3 letters, and we won't go into that, but those companies that have 3 letters, right? FBI, CIA, DEA, right? Mm-hmm. They all are interconnected. And so they don't like you to really go out of that circle. Right? Okay. So when you're talking about police, you're talking about police and firemen and Secret Service. And so that's another bubble. Right? And then you're talking about politicians and congressmen and commissioners. That's another bubble. So you have all these bubbles that people live in, and it looks like, oh yeah, they're in DC, they're doing this, but their bubbles, their worlds are very, very small. Because when you're in places like DEA, FBI, you can't talk to everybody.
Yeah, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I get it. How,
go ahead.
How do you think that experience helped develop your writing or your characters?
Well, because the characters are, you can't write the truth, right? Yeah. So you take bits and pieces of what is the truth and make people for me, it was making people who are melanated understand that we do all of those things too. We're in the Secret Service. We work for the places with 3 letters. We work for those areas. It's like hidden figures, right? So we know that the Black woman put the man on the moon.
Yeah.
Apollo, I I worked there at the time in that same area. But we did all those things, and it's not things I want young women to think about doing other things, working for the government and looking beyond being an administrative assistant, looking beyond being somebody that's admin. There's a whole lot to do behind those curtains.
Yeah.
A lot to do. And I'll say that Secret Service men have a very strict life. They're on call all of the time. So having a real family life, I'm sure, is very difficult. Yeah. I forgot the question. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did. You answered it in more ways than one, because I got to give a quick shout out. We got a couple of viewers. I want to say hey to Eric, and hey to my favorite blue hat son, Christopher, and Rakia Beverly. Thanks for sharing. And Tahara Thompson. I'm grateful that they're watching, because there's so much that you're saying that each of them can relate to. For example, you said you can't write the truth.
Oh.
And I'm working with someone right now who wrote a beautiful story. And it's kind of like, well, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to be embarrassed by it. And that's the response I'm gonna tell her to give. I didn't write the truth. I just wrote a story. Take it as it is. Just take it as it is. Can't write the truth.
Well, I got a question.
Okay.
Why you can't write the truth?
because you take a vow when you work for those people.
Oh, you mean down in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening in there? Oh, I just thought you were talking about when you write a book.
No, you can write the truth about your story.
I write.
You can write the truth about your story, right?
Exactly. Names might be changed, protect the innocent.
Well, I only had one scene and I was in book 1 that I knew that the lady who would read it knew it was her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was just no doubt, right? We could have called her Charlotte. She knew exactly what that was. And so I wrote her a letter. I said, listen, before I publish this, there's a scene and I will take it out if you feel like it's going to hurt you in any way. And I sent the scene to her. She said, hell no. Put it all in there, because it happened, and that's the way it was. So
that's good.
There you go.
That's good. I'm glad. Hey, Sister Green, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If this is your first time watching, please put your city and state or your country in the comments, because this one likes to know.
Yes, please do so.
We are celebrating our last show of the year with our dear friend Donna.
I did 40 shows. Did you do 40 shows? Can you believe that? 40 shows.
Once you break it down,
that's once a week. Add out the 4. Say I ain't good at math.
It's 52 weeks, but I didn't do all 52 weeks. I took some time off.
40 shows. Wow.
Okay, multiply that by 5 years. That's how
5
long.
times 4 was 20.
We have done this show for 5 years, Donna.
Right, I know.
Every
week.
Yeah,
amazing, right?
And we've grown so much, and we've learned so much, and there's so much more that we feel like we could do. Like right now, we're working with the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association in Volusia County, trying to raise awareness and raise funds so that they can go through Volusia, Flagler, and some other county,
St. John.
To test for sickle cell. They stopped testing people for sickle cell.
Well, here's the thing: when they took blood testing away from getting married, you used to have to take a blood test in order to do things like blue baby, sickle cell, whether there was a DNA deficiency, and somebody in their brightness decided that taking blood tests was not important anymore. But on an average, who did it hurt?
The babies that are in crisis, that parents have no idea. And
families too.
Mixed
families, your own sister, brother.
And I appreciate 2 things from you, Donna, as we talk about this. One, I'm gonna put this up. We are having the 24-hour telethon coming up in January. So we're still looking for people to send us video testimonies. If you know somebody, if you had a trade, if you don't know nothing, just put that up there, because we want people to feel like they can learn, spread awareness, and save somebody. But a couple of things that I learned from you about writing novels. You said at one point that sometimes a character that you've written in one book will stand on the street corner and say, "Yo, Donna, you just got me standing here. You ain't got nothing else for me to do," And so I incorporated that. And I also love the fact that you're so active in the community and with the Midtown Development Association. And it almost feels like you can take some of your characters and build upon them based upon what you're doing in the community.
Absolutely.
I want to put a character in a book that's got sickle cell. I learned that from you. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. It's Eilish Diamonds 4. Yeah, has some people. Yeah. So so working in the community really does give you spices to work with, right? Because so many people are so different, and what they do and how they project themselves, and have a character that I don't want to give the book away. So one of the characters is a convict, right? He's at the final wedding with Isla. He makes it through all that chaos that went on, finds Eugenia. Eugenia, of course, good service and all that. And he smooth talker, da 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 da. My name is so and so. I just want to get you out of this chaos. And later on, you find out that this guy is somebody that Eugenia put in prison when she was a rookie cop.
Wow.
So, and all that came out of something that I fell upon working in the city of DeLand.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's something. That's something.
Connecting the dots. So.
Okay, we got a question that came in.
Okay.
Is erotica always about sex or
never about
or criminal activity?
It's never about sex.
Okay.
Erotica is never. Sex is about sex.
Okay.
Erotica is about erotica. So I like to say that erotica is right to the point where sex begins.
Oh.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
It's a real different. It is the orchestra coming up to the crescendo, right?
Oh, nice.
The final, right? And
Nice.
so when I did the erotica night in Orlando, I said to everyone, write an erotica text to your friend that you're dating or, LBGT. I don't care who it was, right? Write them a text, and then we're going to talk about whether that's erotica or whether that's purely sexual.
Oh.
And so I was really surprised to see that people didn't know the difference.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Let's just say, okay, erotica. You and Bartee. Bartee goes out and he buys ostrich feathers. Right? He takes those ostrich feathers. First, he oils you down.
Oh, yes.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Then he takes the ostrich feathers and puts it on pertinent parts of your body.
Oh, it's Christmas time, baby.
Right? As he slowly blows kisses all over you. Right? That's erotica.
Okay.
That's
Not just a text message. I can't wait for you to get home.
No.
Like a text message that I think would be erotic is if you're sitting at your desk, pull your panties down.
Oh, don't send a selfie. Just this. Oh, okay. I got you.
Let me try and get my
No,
taking
nothing
pictures.
like, okay, when you get home, I want to bang you. No,
Okay. I got you.
It is the orchestra coming up to the crescendo. So that's something you send me at 12 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock you say, I'm already home.
There you go. There you go. Look at it. Get it down. Do it.
I'm already home. Or, so you lead up to the time you walk through the door and you've been getting this kind of innuendo in your head all day. And that's when you take your clothes off at the, door.
So is
It's on.
yeah. Is erotica like foreplay or is it
Erotica is like foreplay. Exactly. Now, let's qualify that. Okay. Once you get into it, there's some things they call erotic. Maybe things that aren't considered missionary position.
Okay.
Right. But even those things don't require contact.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Hey. I'm blowing it. You can blow in the ear, right?
Yeah.
That's same.
It is.
Oh, but let me see.
So erotica is the beginning and sex is the end.
Okay. Okay.
And so there is a lot of sex in there, but there's a lot of stuff that leads up to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's just say I watched her as she walked up the steps, and the swing in her skirt blew as the breeze went by, and I saw that she had on no underwear.
Well, yeah. See, y'all, you getting good tips about what to write about.
Yeah.
Everybody can't write.
But there's a difference now. She's telling you there's a difference between sex and erotica.
Yeah.
Don't be just, you gotta,
But what she's also telling us is there are different ways to write. I talked with a young woman today who said it would be a challenge for her to write 500 words. What would she write about?
I heard that challenge. So are you going to take care of that challenge and let them read at the book festival?
Oh,
that's good.
Yes.
Wow. Give them $50.
I'll
give them $50.
Okay, there you go. I think that would be great, especially now.
500. I mean, $50 is not a lot of money, but come on, we're on a budget. But you know, you get to be on internationally. You get to be on stage. You get to be there with some heavy hitters.
Oh my goodness. Okay, tell us about. I mean, I've seen your posts that are going across social media about who's coming up next. Tell me about the heavy hitters, the not so heavy hitters.
There's so many. Listen, that young man who reached out, who does poetry on a typewriter, I was Durham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. William Davis. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah. He's a college student, right?
No. He's a full-grown man. He was a college student.
And a typewriter.
On a
typewriter. He writes what?
Poetry.
Oh, yeah?
On the spot poetry.
Wow. Okay.
Really excited to meet him. We have Mr. Stephen Smith, Hedrick Smith, who was caught up in the point scheme scandal while he was in college. He was headed to the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Ran into all the alligators and decided to get bitten. But everything that he did then is legal now.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Live and learn.
Wow.
I mean, just like marijuana, all the guys who went to prison for it.
Yeah.
You know, should be let out and given jobs.
There you go.
Because now, you know, non-melanated people are making a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's one. You know, I don't want to say anybody's better than the other, but you know, we always have Miss Janice Kearney, and you cannot get away from the fact that she was the only diarist to a president, which was William Jefferson Clinton. And her new book is called Mahalia. It's finally out, and that's the Mahalia Jackson story. She's always a pleasure, so knowledgeable, just. And then there's Rakia Beverly, who I met in high school, right?
Everybody's favorite teacher.
I know. And she said, I want to write a book. I said, well, let's write a book. And so fast forward 10 years.
This is what, her third, fourth book or something she's got now?
5, 6, 7, maybe. You know, so what the F.R.E.S.H Book Festival has done to all of us is we have seen the trajectory of people that we met years ago just come full circle and become. Look at Booker T. Look at movies and just you know. I mean, he was a heavy hitter then. Now he's out in the atmosphere, right? But we met him during a time where he still does. But he shared so much knowledge and gave so many pearls of wisdom to people. Travis Hunter was there one year. I mean, we're just so many. And W.C. Fillmore, let's talk about him. He's a local author.
Yeah.
He writes about Daytona. He writes about thrillers in the city of Daytona Beach. If you have not read him, W.C. Fillmore, he is fabulous. The Dark Side of Daytona. He does a fabulous job. He will be there. Curtis Bunn, who is head of the National Black Book Festival in Atlanta. I interviewed him one day, and he said, "Yeah, I've heard so much about your festival. Why did you never invite me?"
No, he didn't. You tell him I'm gonna slap him. Why didn't you come down?
I said, well, consider it done. That was my show, and so now he's coming. I'm really excited about that.
Cute.
Jeff Carroll, I just met him. He's a sci-fi guy, comics. I know you can't wait to interview him. And then our babies are coming back. Of course.
Yeah. With a new movie.
With a new movie, 2 new movies. And so since this is being brought to us by the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, they bought us 2. They bought us a sci-fi, and then they bought us a movie that everything you see is not what it seems. Right? Everything you see is not what it seems. And so we have to give people grace. Right? And so that movie shows you that you have to be equitable. You have to be inclusive. You have to be diversified in your thinking before you pass judgment on people.
I'm glad when you just said that, it brought to my attention. We went to see Whitney last night.
Loved it.
Yeah. And you just, like you just said, everything you see, you know, I'm assuming that the family wanted to really share their side of what Whitney, you know, how she was.
No, her girlfriend wanted to share her side.
Okay.
In her tutelage.
Yeah, and right, okay, yeah, but that was a girlfriend's side. Mainly, she was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, there was another Whitney movie that didn't even say anything about her.
Right.
I mean, they brought her in, but it was like,
you know. And I did read somewhere where Clive Davis said he was so grateful that they shared that aspect of Whitney and not just brush it under the table like a teenage fling.
And his aspect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was, you know.
Yeah.
He said he's an open book, so right. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
I loved it.
You know, and that's what side, you know, do you really know?
You don't know.
No.
And once you know, does it matter?
No, I mean, listen, the perfect example of that is the man who would have been governor. What was his name?
Charlie Crist?
No, black guy.
Oh.
Gillum.
Yes. Okay.
Who?
First name, last name Gillum.
Yeah.
So if he had just told everybody, you know, I am bisexual. My wife knows. We're in this thing together. But when people find your Achilles heel, they use it against you. And that's why they never wanted Whitney's Achilles heel to be known, because it would have worked back then.
Yeah.
Now she would have been, you know, everybody would love it.
Yeah.
But back then it would have been used against her in the music industry.
What about if we relate that to an author?
Okay.
What about, and again, I'm thinking about the author that I'm working with that has written a beautiful story, but is still kind of ashamed or embarrassed by it. When I look at it, it's like, oh, in a minute, everybody's going to embrace it. But how can we help encourage more people to share maybe some of those dark secrets or those dark stories? Because we can see how they can really help somebody else in the future if they were to share it.
They can, but you got to be ready.
Yeah.
You know, everybody doesn't have the skin I got.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for that.
Because, you know, you meet a guy and he says, see you erotica, right? And I said, well, you know, the guy who wrote Star Wars never went to the moon.
That's true.
So you can't, everything in the book is not real.
Yeah.
And so when you decide to put yourself out there, you got to be ready. And I had to tell this one guy, I said, listen, if I could get into that position, I wouldn't be working right now.
Not in this field.
I'd be a millionaire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, make it right. What?
You
kidding me? No, that is a novel that you write.
Yeah.
It's not something that you necessarily do.
Yeah. And you just
But
gonna
if this is the truth, and she's willing to, here was the truth. I wrote, we're almost out of time. See, I told you I could run my mouth. You don't have to worry about it.
You're good.
I wrote 3 pages on my experience in having abortion back in the 70s, right? The fact that when you got to the abortion clinic, there were people outside with picket signs, and you're a killer, baby, and blood being thrown on you. And you walk up the steps and you walk through the room, and there's 15 women sitting there in different stages of pregnancy. Right?
Oh.
And then you could smell the formaldehyde from the back of the room. You can hear the machine.
Wow.
Machine that they put on your uterus to suck the baby out. Right? And so when I wrote it, it was cathartic for me. Because there's no greater sin for me than to take somebody else's life. And especially a life that can't speak for itself. And you pay dearly for that, right? But I did not know the firestorm that it was going to bring in my inbox of women who felt the same way, who were crying and just bawling about not being able to ever talk about it.
Right.
So all I'm saying to your author is, if she's not ready to share it, and she's not ready for the questions that come up for it, then she needs to leave it alone. Because it will, and I got other email that says, you're not of God. I can't believe you did that. Da 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 da. Right? So, my response to them,
those.
I was a 22-year-old woman with a man pregnant by a man I hardly knew. And it was not on my life's journey to have a child. Right? So that was a decision that I made. But if she's not willing to be as gracious or willing to respond to those people, you got to be ready.
Yeah.
Gotta be ready. But listen, I want to talk about the F.R.E.S.H Book Festival really quick. So
okay. Go from start to finish, like each day, because that's the text I got. What is the F.R.E.S.H Book Festival?
The F.R.E.S.H Book Festival is in its 12th year. 12th year.
Wow.
We're in our 12th year, and I think you've been with me.
Well,
11.
We've been married almost 10. So
yeah.
At least 11 anyway.
At least 11. And it's in its 12th year, and we are so excited. The first night is Thursday, February the 23rd. It is at Embry-Riddle University. I don't think you can see. Oh, sorry. Embry-Riddle University. With these two gentlemen, Lamont Gant and Marlon McCoskey, are coming back. And the red carpet is at 6:30, and the movie starts at 7:15. That's Thursday. Friday, it's at the Julia T. and Charles Cherry Sr. Cultural Center. It starts at 12 o'clock, and we're going to have a presentation by Palm Terrace Elementary students who are going to bring Rakia Beverly's book, Black History book, to life. We're so
It's going to be good.
Everybody.
And so that's Friday. Saturday, it kicks off at 10 o'clock, and Mr. Stephen Hedrick Smith will be the feature that morning to tell us about his story. David Simon from the National Black Book Festival in the UK will join us again. Oh. And I was meaning to ask you about Miss Vijay. Is that her name?
Rebecca Vijay. Yes.
Rebecca Vijay.
She has a new book out about becoming an author, and I will reach out to her.
Yeah, reach out to her because I'd love to have her back. Pamela Hayes will be there again, I'm hoping, from the UK, and several others. So we're going to bring them in virtually. We have a kaleidoscope of poetry, which will be on Friday night at 5, from 5 to 6. While you're munching, we're going to listen to some great poetry.
Snap our fingers.
And then on Saturday, my friend Kevin Campbell, he said, listen, I want to be part of this whole thing, so I'm going to do a poetry slam at the end of the book festival downtown in the Midtown Cafe. So it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I don't want to start naming names of people. Stan Harrison, of course. Listen, we can't go anywhere without talking about Stan. And we cannot say anything without thanking the beautiful city of Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
Sponsored the book festival for the last 11 years. City Commissioner Paula Carlu, Derek Henry, the city manager, Derek F.R.E.S.H. And I'm trying to think of who's been with us the longest besides you guys. Milton McCulloch.
Oh,
yes.
And Mr. Bishop, Derek Triplett.
Oh, with his radio show and everything now, I tell you.
He has been there since the beginning. So we've had some people who have been on this ride with us for a long time. And I am truly honored and grateful because literacy is a legacy. And that's what
now back up again. I know you said you were changing the date from January to February because kids were out of school. Why was it so important to include kids?
Because we all looked at the numbers of children coming out of COVID and some of the percentages at the elementary school for literacy, like 29%, 35%, 40% of the children passing the state test. And so listen, nothing changes unless you put some funding in it. When we didn't want to wear seatbelts, we're like, no, I don't want to wear a seatbelt. I don't want to wear a seatbelt. I'm not going to wear a seatbelt. And then they bought us the crash dummies.
Yeah.
When we saw that the crash dummies didn't go through,
you didn't want to be no dummy.
Wear a seatbelt. So we really have to get with all the powers that be to understand that we are not going to lick this thing without funding. And we have to have we have to have melanated and non-melanated people understand that reading is everything. There's not a whole lot you can do. I'm not saying you can't do anything.
Yeah.
But it really stunts your ability to be great.
When you can't read it.
You can't read it.
Yeah. So can you tell us about the Reading Rangers?
Oh, the Reading Rangers. Okay. So
count me in.
So the Reading Rangers, our pilot program is going to be with Palm Terrace. And we want either we're going to do it virtually or one-on-one. We haven't decided yet because, you still got the COVID. I just got over the flu. Listen, if you haven't taken the flu shot, I think you should. I don't really like flu shots, but
I got mine. Yeah,
I got mine.
It's a monster. And we want seniors and young adults. We're going to have a like a little soiree, right? We're going to go and meet the children, and children will gravitate to you. So the child that gravitates to you is going to be your Reading Ranger partner. Each of you will get a book. We're either going to do it virtually or in person. The Reading Rangers will get a stipend. The children will get a stipend. At the end of the month, they'll get a Walmart card or whatever card we decide on. And then at the end of 6 months, they get a tablet. And you have to read out loud because reading out loud is retention. because if they read to themselves, I remember when Taylor, that's my baby, when he was little, I said, okay, tell me what the book says. Well, there was this thing up in the tree. And then, the tree, the monster.
Sound like me.
It's a book about oceans, Taylor. There ain't no trees. And okay, I got you.
I said, no. So we're going to read this out loud. So you can't be making up about what the story is.
Yeah.
So reading is comprehension and retention. And so we're going to do it out loud. And hopefully your publisher and my publisher will give us the Great Black Read Aloud International Read Aloud Month in February.
Yeah, in February.
Where everybody reads every day out loud. So we have to start somewhere.
I took your Reading Rangers concept and incorporated it into our book signings. So whenever we travel, we have little mini writing workshops. And so when we were in Detroit earlier this month, we did a writing workshop with the attendees, and our youngest author, Sandra B, wrote something. And I'm going to play the video in a minute of what she wrote. But what she wrote was, all of us were sitting around like, what do that mean? And how do you, what?
F.R.E.S.H.
Well, and just the things that she was exposed to that because of our age, we didn't know. So I'm going to play this video. I'm excited to announce that Sandra and her mother will be here for F.R.E.S.H Book Festival. She's just a jewel, but she is a product of a reading family. And so
she's been here before. I don't care.
Thank you. She you're right. She's
old soul.
She like big on my
old soul.
I know. So I'm gonna play this video for you.
I like to play this game. It's called VR Chat. VR Chat is a social platform where you can make friends, exercise, or even work on your social anxiety. I use it to go there, make friends, have fun, and wash all my worries away, if I have any, that is. I use VR Chat to calm down and make new friends, because real life, it's hard to make friends sometimes.
Is that the end?
This was a story by me, Sandra B.
We're like, social anxiety. What? It was just, it was fascinating. You mean there's a whole world you can go into. And not only was I excited that she wrote it because we gave all the participants index cards with a pen. She wrote hers on her tablet and wrote. So
here's the thing. These children have anxieties that we had never had to even worry about.
Correct.
It's a whole different world of bullying and anxiety and having too much at your fingertips to read and get it exposed to at one time.
Yeah.
But she's beautiful.
She really shows me that the Reading Ranger program is so important.
So important.
The fact that F.R.E.S.H is now in February when the kids are out of school, I'm so excited because I remember years when you had books for kids at F.R.E.S.H, but they were in school and they they couldn't appreciate it. Your Reading Rangers and Sandra's enthusiasm with writing helped to encourage us to do this program, the youth program. And we've got.
How did that go? That was good.
It has been great. Some of the. I really I don't want to put anything up because I don't want to call any names.
Right.
But the last workshop. Now these are 5th and 6th graders that are participating. They wanted to write a story about how hard it is being a Black girl. They want to write a story about how hard it is when your parents are sick and on drugs and drinking.
Right.
How hard it is. They got real things to be thinking about. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm thinking how hard it is to learn math.
Right. And we were worried about God. We got to eat some more of that cheese.
Thank you. That government cheese.
I got to eat some more of that.
These young ladies were talking about the tornado that came through their town, and they've been living in a hotel, and their parents are stressed out, and they don't want to live. Yeah.
The stories that children can tell on Daytona Beach. Ian came through. And then 3 weeks later, Nicole came through. And some of them were homeless in the beginning.
Yeah.
Still homeless. Right?
Yeah.
And,
there are still so many adults that say, what do kids have to worry about? All they got to do is go to school and do that. And I believe these stories will enlighten some people, because even when Sandra wrote, wash all my worries away, there was like a hush in the room where everybody was like, well, what kind of worry? So listen, big shout out to Grace Temple. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Shout out to Ruby, Miss Ruby up in Atlanta. Hey girl, good to see you. Great, good to see you.
Yeah, good to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
So anyway, we have some slots still open. Fresh Book Festivals at freshbookfestivals.net.
Yes.
Not many slots left, but please try to get on in. And if you have a question, freshbookfestivals with an S at gmail.com. Please just give me a shout.
Are we still in early bird registration, or we finished with that?
Well, you know.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
I got you.
That's how you know. So
I got you. Okay, and then the host hotel is the same
one.
Yes. It's the same one we secured for the Beauty Bazaar this year, thanks to your recommendation.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Now you were there last year with F.R.E.S.H. Tell us about the what's it like over there?
Okay, so I don't know because I never stay.
Okay.
I have to sleep at home.
Okay.
Because if I were to go to a hotel, forget something or
yeah.
But everybody loved it. Keith Kareem Williams had his birthday party there in the lobby. They were just so nice.
Yeah.
Mark Timbo, I think that's his name, is just a fantastic customer service.
Oh, the manager over there. Okay.
Person. And thank you for taking that recommendation. I think you will really love it for many reasons. You can walk around and go to restaurants. You can go to the movie. You can, there are other things to do that aren't, too costly. They can go to NASCAR right across the street.
Yeah.
And take pictures there. And I think you're really gonna love it. And
I think for that,
I can get it on my calendar.
I think for the Alopecia, the third weekend, I tell everybody, starting in 2023, we are the third weekend. Whatever dates that is, that's the third weekend in September. Okay. But I think the Alopecians and their families will be excited about it, because we've got a lot of opportunities to get dressed up and go walk around and photo ops.
Nice down there, There's a nice little pub on the corner right across from the movie theater. That's really nice. It's outside seating. There's an ice cream parlor there. Ice cream doesn't love me, but I love ice cream. And so, yeah.
And the free shuttle service from the Daytona airport to the hotel. So I'm telling folks, it may be cheaper to fly into Orlando and Jacksonville, but it ain't. By the time you do Uber and
it is not
Delta and American Airlines, y'all can hop on one of them and come on in. Yeah, after you gave us that recommendation, we went and checked out the hotel. And Bartee was like,
loved it.
Nice. I really love the swimming pool area with the cabanas, fire pit. Yeah, we can do a lot of things.
You haven't talked to the manager yet?
Oh yeah, we got our group.
Okay, got your rating.
It's all on the website. Yes.
Oh,
so,
man, you guys are gonna love it. I maybe I'll get to stay at your thing.
There you go.
Stay at my own. I'll get to stay at yours.
That'd be so good. So good.
So anyway, listen, I know you got other things. It's 8:04.
Thank you for the F.R.E.S.H Book Festival.
Yes.
Thank you for including the children this year.
Yes.
Thank you for introducing us to the evolution from like Rakia Beverly, who wanted to write a book, who is now a personality like Ronald McDonald. I mean,
I know. Oh, let's not forget Taylor. and cornbread.
Yeah. Can't forget
And I
cornbread.
forget, guys, they've been with us for 8 years.
Oh my goodness!
And
Thank you for all of this.
I mean, when we met Cornbread, he was in high school. Now he's through college.
I know. That's what my son was like. Oh, your teeth came out so good now that you got your braces off.
I know.
He's just my boyfriend. Just my boyfriend.
Hey.
But okay. Well, I am grateful to see the evolution between folks who said they wanted to write and now people that have a burning desire to do so. So hopefully soon we'll talk more about promotions and things, but not tonight.
We'll do that in January. Happy New Year to you both.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
I can't do it without you. I don't give you what I should.
Girl.
But I hope that your company has developed because of what we do together.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
What it's all about.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna be ready for my song, right?
I'm be ready.
He already rehearsed.
Hey, but I got a song too now.
Oh Lord.
Wait a minute. Now, this is my
You
first
love it.
time.
Everything must change.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well.
Like that, huh?
Well.
Girl, we getting ready for it. We getting.
Can you do them both?
Mm.
Because listen, the first one, I really want people to be thankful.
Okay, I got you.
Right.
Okay.
And when Angie B blesses us that morning, she is going to bring the word of thankfulness.
I got you.
I mean, you could do it Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Everything must change.
You could do it both days.
All right.
We yeah.
All right.
I gotta get the.
I already got your T-shirt. I mean, I pay you very well.
No, we good. I gotta get. I'm searching my books tonight for that song. I used to do that. I got the.
I love that song.
Yeah, I do the one by Quincy Jones.
But I think being thankful on Friday and knowing that everything has to change on Saturday, I'm up for it. If you're up for it,
I got.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Donna, we're gonna
love
let
you
you go. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you,
sweetheart. Oh, that was so good.
Yes, indeed.
I've gotten out of the habit of having just a good conversation with a friend.
Maria.
Aretha does such a good job, with interviewing. I had just been excited about that.
I think you just like to talk.
You know what? And you like the fact that I like to talk.
That's what you say. I mean, you got to be your own person. I ain't trying to be Mr. This ain't purple, color purple.
This is our Merry Christmas, Happy New Year video for each of you. Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Angie B and Bartee. We appreciate you all. We do. I want to give a special shout out to all of our regular viewers, even the ones that say, "Hey, it's after 8 o'clock. You cutting into my TV show." Thank you.
Hey, but I want to please subscribe. What is it?
Subscribe.
Follow
Angie B and Bartee on YouTube.
I would appreciate that. Trying to get these numbers up. Help me, help you.
Okay.
Because we get these numbers up. Ain't no telling what happens.
Sounds good. Tahara, we love you to life as well.
Yes, we do.
We do appreciate it, and I'm excited about what is to come with you and for you. I do want to give another plug for the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. We still want to hear your testimonies about sickle cell. If you knew somebody or if you don't know anything about it, we really want to be able to spread awareness and help raise funds for the organization. So thank you very much. Also want to let you know that the 2023 book and business tour is on and popping. We are standing on faith
bringing our books and businesses all across the country. So we want to invite you to join us in El Segundo, California, March 17th and the 18th. Our gracious host is Jerlene Rideau. She is excited about us coming, and we're excited about meeting her in person. She was a part of our Moms in Ministry workshop, virtual workshop recently, and so we're excited about meeting her. I want to let you know that she is an advocate for endometrius awareness. So she's going to be spreading some of that information. Of course, she and I both are alopecians, so we may have a mini alopecia fashion showcase. You never know. Never know. Where two or more are gathered, you never know. I'll be sharing mental health awareness, and March is Brain Injury Awareness Month. And since our car accident in October, I have learned a lot about traumatic brain injuries. So I'm sharing some of that information. And then March is also Autoimmune Disease Awareness Month. So if you'd like to be a part of our virtual directory, if you'd like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to join us so that we can introduce you to everyone, please just reach out to us. It again is We Standing on Faith. It's the book and business tour with Angie B and Bartee. We don't know how we're gonna pay for anything. We might be taking cheese and crackers on the plane, but we standing on faith, and we going.
I ain't taking no cheese. No, I ain't. Don't never say never.
You never
Never say never.
Never say never. Never say never. Shout out to Pastor Sammy Jackson. He is bringing his women's conference, Women of God and Unity, working together, to Daytona Beach, Florida, Saturday, January 28th at 3 p.m. He's going to be at Master's Domain Church of God in Christ in Daytona Beach. And we're excited to be able to support him in that effort. I know you heard us talking to Donna about the Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar. Yeah, save the date. There it is. The third weekend of September, the 14th through the 17th. The website is in the process of being updated. In fact, it might be finished by now. We will be at the Daytona Autograph Collection Hotel, and proceeds from the Beauty Bazaar is donated to the National Association, NAAF, National Alopecia Areata Foundation. Now, we did get a text message earlier. Someone was asking about the FDA and how they have found a cure for alopecia, and if we're going to be discussing that during the Beauty Bazaar. And that is a strong possibility. So I'll be meeting with Bartee and Tam and some of the other organizers to see if we want to, to introduce that as a Friday morning workshop conversation. Our weekend retreat includes Thursday night s'mores and fellowship out by the pool. Friday morning, we have informational workshops. We may be talking about the FDA thing. And then Friday night is an all-white dress-up event. And I do not believe we're going to stay by the pool. I see us walking down to get some ice cream, all dressed in white.
Well, there's a lot of areas where, photo
yeah.
ops you could take. But it's nice. We're going to be in the cabanas too now.
And if half the women and people that are in this picture show up and we all in white walking down the street from the hotel, it's going to be beautiful.
Isn't that lovely? That's a lovely shot.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Hey, go back to the shot where advertising the 7th annual Beauty Bazaar.
Oh, the save the date.
Yes.
That one. Okay.
Now,
yes, dear. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
My wife, this is not a Photoshop picture. Look at her skin. I mean, that's a natural shot from a camera phone.
Yeah, I had on some makeup.
Yeah, she had on makeup, but that's not. Look, that looked like a photo, like it was Photoshop. Look at me. I'm all. They ain't putting nothing on me.
We tried to, but you was like, I'm good. I'm good. That's what you always say. I'm
trying
good.
to pump me out, put all that, but I see. Yeah, I didn't. That shine. That's what that makeup, I guess, is for men.
Powder. Yeah.
Powder when you go when you in those lights.
Yeah.
But look, I'm just saying. Look at her face. It look like it's a.
Oh, baby, look at you.
Look like it's a photo shot. But no, that's a pretty shot.
Practicing your erotica. Thanks, Donna.
Hey, Donna, you done started something.
Thanks, Donna.
I don't use no brush. I ain't into that though.
Oh my goodness. So yeah,
I got a whip.
We do want you. We do want y'all to save the day. They was about ready to come get you too. They was about ready to come get you. Listen, we do need sponsorship dollars for the YEP program. Each student that participates in our virtual program is asked to pay $50 for their participation fee. Today, I was able to speak to a young woman. Her name's Kiara. So shout out to Kiara. I explained what was going on with YEP, and she said she's going to go back to some of her business associates and see if they can sponsor a child or two. So $50 will not only allow a child to become a published author for free because they won't have to pay, but your business or ministry can be mentioned in the audiobook as a sponsor. And I can't wait to do the list at the end of this audiobook is sponsored with love by so-and-so and such and such and such and such. So I can't wait for that. So just get in touch with us if you believe you can spare $50. Okay. Now we know the kids are out of school. We know they're getting on your nerves. Okay. They done went through all their toys. They done broke half of them. The boxes is all they interested in, really. And so it's time to get them into some tutoring. Okay. Waverly's Way. If your child needs a little academic help, Waverly's Way offers possibilities, educational access to the American dream for everyone, okay? Kindergarten through 12th grade, college, graduate school. Everybody can use a little bit of help, and it's better than them sitting around not reading the book and watching TV or on a video game, okay? So visit www. Excellence, which stands for Waverly's Way, excellence.org. Fill out the parent form. They do have hourly rates and discounts for siblings. You spend just about that much money taking them to the movies. So spend a little bit of money and get them into a program that's gonna give them a little bit of a way to catch up on things because the kids are behind. They really, really are. Shout out to Business with a Heart, our promotional sponsor. Tahara Thompson, evangelist and founder, shares our posts and helps to spread awareness of everything that we're doing. Please, ma'am, please, sir, follow Business with a Heart on Facebook and contact her. She will promote your business and event on social media as well. Thank you, Tahara. We are grateful for you. We truly, truly are. Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to do interviews for the Fresh Book Festival, dear. You ready?
I'm ready, but it's just the opposite.
What? Oh.
I'm normally behind the camera.
I might put you in front of the camera.
No, I'll stay in my lane.
Well, you do a good job in your lane.
I'll stay, because I know how to stay in my lane.
You do a very good job in your lane.
Wise man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
Thanks to our special guest tonight, Donna Gray-Banks, founder and director of the Fresh Book Festival, returning for its 13th year to Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm thrilled not only to say that I'm a part of the promotional team. We were presented with an award by the Fresh Book Festival.
Yes.
In fact, the mayor of the city of Daytona Beach handed us our Literacy is a Legacy Award. Mm-hmm. And so I thank you for that. I am personally thrilled that I began my experience writing a novel because of Donna. And I just want each of you to open up your mind to the fact that reading is an entirely new world to be in. And so is writing. Thank you, Donna. Thank you for being our special guest tonight. Okay. Anything else to close out the year?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, close out the year. Hey, we really do appreciate you all for tuning in and being a part of Angie B and Bartee getting over the hump every Wednesday. We really do. And hopefully your New Year's will be whatever you want it to be. But without works, what God said. I put that in there. Yeah. So for those, just New Year's coming, resolutions coming. So again, we on the outside looking in, but not looking in too hard. We just making conversation. And remember, it's for entertainment purposes.
We ain't giving you no advice.
No, just stay
prayed up.
Stay prayed up.
You better.
And live the life. For me, I believe you can have heaven right here on earth.
Oh, if you
really, and then for those, just remember now, we always say, but don't say, when we have a loved one that's getting ready to depart from us. But we always say it, even singing in those songs, there's a mansion up above, God got streets of gold, and he goes to prepare a place for us. Let your heart be comforted that what you sing about and pray about is true.
Because once it comes out of your mouth,
and
you gave life to it.
Yeah. So with that said,
shout out to Sophia, our little model from the Beauty Bazaar, my little chocolate drop. Hey, baby. Oh my goodness.
I got one more thing. See my wife's cup? What does it say? Queen of everything.
It speaks the truth.
All right, now let me show you my cup. What'd that say?
Whatever's left.
That's what I get. See?
Leftover?
That's what you got. That's what you gave me the cup.
Hey, you bought the cup, so I'm just.
Who bought us these cups?
Sophia, it's good to see you, honey. It's good to see you. Sophia, I got a challenge for you in case you missed the challenge earlier. Okay, we challenging everybody to write 500 words. The person who writes 500 words will get a gift. Okay, we want you to write 500 words about anything. It could be how you survived the snowstorm of 2022. It could be how you lost 30 pounds from getting rid of sugar. It could be anything. I like to write my morning glories, where I take the top 10 things that I'm grateful for the day before or the week before. Shoot, that's about 300-400 words right there. So, Sophia, I want you, you've got a couple things that I admire about you. Sophia did a physical transformation, and Sophia's an adorable little alopecian.
Yes.
And she can also write about the last day of the Beauty Bazaar, where she said she was going on a walk on the beach, and you said you never saw her again.
I ain't seen you. You ain't come back around. But, hey, I know you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
But again, hopefully you'll be here in February, because if you write this 500 words now, Donna Gray-Banks is giving out a little cash, for the winner of that. So, and you get to read that in front of a whole big audience, an international audience.
Well, now, we don't want to scare you. If you don't want to read it, we'll find somebody to read it.
No, you got to read your own. You wrote it, you read it. You don't have to find nobody else. Ain't nobody express it like you, because you wrote it.
That's true.
You all right.
It's good to see you, sweetie. Tell your mama I said Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
We had fun.
And I hope to chat with her again soon. Oh, my goodness. She said, yes, she really enjoyed herself, and she's looking forward to next year. That is a blessing.
All right. But now I'm talking about, this is in February. with Donna Gray-Banks
in the Fresh Book Festival.
in the F.R.E.S.H Book Festival. So if you can write those 500 words in February, my wife should give you more information about it. And if you're free at that time, you can make it down. It will definitely come down too for our beautiful side. BBB.
Yep. Shout out also to Coach Kim. She has had me on my drink challenge. I've been shaking up my drink. And let me play the video about the challenge because it ain't too late to get into it.
Hey, everybody. It's time for today's health tip. Today's health tip presented by your wellness coach, Kim. Visit her online at krbutler.goherballife.com. And now it's time for today's healthy tip.
Hey everybody, it is Coach Kim here. I just want to share something with you about the curious person who is looking to lose weight and maybe trying to figure out how to do it and how to get started. Well, we have a 3-day trial pack, and in this package, you'll find 6 packets of our cookies and cream shake. That is the most popular flavor tasting, and it is so yummy. And you'll get 6 of our teas inside. You'll get 3 of the lemon and 3 of the raspberry. And what this will do is it will give you an introduction to the Herbalife way of doing things, meaning that we have 1 to 2 shakes a day. We'll have 2 colorful snacks and 1 healthy meal. And we get to coach you along the way. So when you purchase this, which is $35, you will get me as your coach. I get to walk the whole journey with you for the next 3 days, however long it takes. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be a guest next month and we get to have a challenge. Talk to me at krbutler.goherballife.com or call me or text me at 240-281-7865. And I look forward to introducing you to the Herbalife way with this 3-day challenge.
Well. Thank you, Coach Kim. We appreciate today's health tip. Better You Nutrition. We appreciate you and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Praise the Lord. Thanks for Kim. Yes, I've been drinking my shakes. I've been incorporating things into the blender, and I started drinking the teas added to my water. The raspberry, well, both of the tea flavors are really good. The cookies and cream had me feeling like I had to really shake it up because all the cookies was down at the bottom. But I've truly had a good time with it, and I'm looking forward to continuing with Coach Kim and working on myself. Shout out to Bartee, who's getting ready to sign up for the Mayors Fitness Challenge here in Daytona Beach. This is a competitive man right here. So I'm looking forward to how many different ways he wins all these different competitions. That's what I'm looking forward to. I just need you to stretch before you get started, okay? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, so I just need you to stretch.
It's a long minute.
And I got some rubbing oils and things.
Yeah, well, never mind. Getting up every Saturday, 8 o'clock.
Tahar say, bro, there you go. I think it's twice a week they get together.
Yeah, but it's nighttime, 5:30 on...
What else you got to do, Mr. Retired Man?
I just got to get used to getting up on Saturdays, 8 o'clock.
I'll start getting you up at Saturdays, 8 o'clock. I'll start getting you up. Okay, well, I'm excited. I know that I cannot join the Mayor's Fitness Challenge yet because of, what's going on with me. But I will be there. I'm going to get my pom-poms together and I'm going to find me a little short skirt and I'm going to be cheering you on.
You ain't find no short skirt.
Maybe a long skirt.
You just wear some sweatpants. This is activity. This is athletic. This is something that you can.
Love y'all.
This outdoor sports.
Love y'all.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Love y'all.
I love you too, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you.
Thank you for a beautiful Christmas.
Okay.
Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it. We'd like to thank the family.
Oh man, the Fab 4 3/4 joined us for Christmas, and we was trifling parents. We didn't have nothing but soup and bread, and well, we had some honey baked ham, and it was honey baked ham bone soup. I mean, it wasn't like out the can. And we had a couple sweet potato pies, but we didn't really go all out. So
we just when you know you got to do what you got to do. With that Christmas, we went and got food, so everything worked out.
Shout out to Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that we got food from Buc-ee's.
We didn't starve.
We still got some in the refrigerator.
But I thank you for all the kids that came, all the grown folks, all the married couples, all the grown people handling their stuff who came by to see us while we was in St. Augustine. It felt good not to have to entertain. You know, we just sat around the table, spent time together, shared a couple stories.
Yeah.
And he just sat with the TV
remote. That's right. The louder they got, the volume went up.
Somebody please get him some of them headphones.
I don't need no headphones. Y'all need to, Don't need no headphones.
So your New Year's resolution is going to start. You're going to start writing.
I ain't no New Year's resolution. I'm just going to start writing. I don't really make resolutions. Okay. Just make it happen for yourself. That's my best thing, you know.
Make it happen.
Just make it happen. Don't talk about it. Make it happen. If it don't, if that's something that you really want to do, then, you have to question yourself about that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sound good?
Sound good.
Okay.
All right. If it is the Lord's will, we'll be back next year, y'all. Next year. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be blessed.
Yeah.